What's going on, good people? Hey, we're going to do a really quick recipe here. I don't think I've ever cooked grits for you guys. You know, grits are made out of corn that's kind of crushed to the level of not quite cornmeal, but maybe a level above cornmeal. And sometimes they're even ground with a stone. So I'm going to cook some stone ground grits. They usually take a little bit longer to cook, but if you add a lid to your pot and don't cook it open, it'll speed up the cooking time tremendously. So we're going to show you how to do it. Grits ain't for everybody. Grits is a southern tradition. I love grits, and we're going to eat them. Alrighty, we're going to start with about 1/3 of a cup of stone ground grits. We're going to take about a teaspoon of dill weed, a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash extra spicy seasoning, some cilantro leaves, and then this right here is a mixture of salt. It's about 1 cup of salt. This is all mixed together now. You ain't pouring all this in there. You're just going to sprinkle this on your grit concoction. But it's basically salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And then, of course, butter, or you can use ghee. We're going to bring the pot to a boil. I've already got that stuff in there because I started this video. I wanted to decide to make this video after I started cooking it. So I've got the water already boiling. It's got all those ingredients in there. We're going to add our grits here. And we just want to just kind of pour those things in there. And again, we're going to stir the grits up. You just want to stir them so they don't stick to the bottom and they're not real lumpy. Of course, my wife likes to have hers lumpy. We're going to let this come back to a boil. And they're going to look a little different now because I've got all that dill weed in there and I've got those spices in there. So they're not going to be your traditional, even though they're yellow grits, they're going to have a totally different taste, a kicked up taste to them. So we're going to bring that up to a boil. And then we're going to lower the temperature here to about, you want it just above simmer. I don't like to put mine on simmer. I like to do it a little bit above simmer. And then we're going to cover it up. And what I do, I'll leave it open for just, I'll leave it open for just a second while the temperature is going down. So we're going to let those things simmer for about 15 minutes or so, and we'll come back and check on them. All right, about halfway through, it's been about 7 minutes or so. We're going to give it a little stir. And see, it's already starting to thicken up, guys. That's kind of what you want. And we're about halfway through right now. So, again, these are not going to look like your traditional white or yellow grits. They kind of have a greenish tint, like some Godzilla grits. But they're going to taste delicious. All right, we're going to check on them again. It's been about 15 minutes, and I can tell you they're done. Look at that. They are done, guys. Again, they're green because they got cilantro in there, and they got the dill weed and the other spices in here. Now, the true test of grits is if you can put the fork in there and they stay on the fork, the grits are done. I don't want no watery grits. You want them to be able to stay on the fork. See that? They stay on the fork. They're not slipping through. That's how you know you've made good grits. All right, guys, that's your recipe for today. Y'all have a good day. And we're actually eating grits and bacon and spam and eggs for dinner. So you can eat it any time of the day. You don't have to eat it for breakfast. Peace.